Hey, so the question was asked how to load gas blowback props. So, in the interest of answering that for one of my clients, let me go ahead and do a quick rundown. In general, usually the loading area is in the base of the magazine. So you can see a little valve in the base of the magazine. Now, some of these, especially the 1911s, but some of these you have to eject the magazine before you load it, or else the gas will just come straight out the top. So you want to eject the magazine. Usually that's a button over on the left-hand side here. You can see right there, that's the magazine release. Somewhere on the SIG here, magazine release. On some, like the USP, for example, it's an ambidextrous thing at the bottom of the trigger guard here. Push down on that, the magazine release. Same idea. So, got this little valve here. Now, most of my props are green gas. There's a million different brands out there. It doesn't really matter too much what you use. You can get this at any kind of sporting goods store, Walmart, whatever, as well as online if you have time for ground shipping. Usually you can't ship this stuff express because it's a pressurized gas, and they don't like that on planes. So, let's get a little bit in here. Show it up more closely. I'll show it next time. Insert the magazine. Again, some of these, especially if it's a single action, you'll need to cock it before it's ready to go. And a lot of these are made to lock back when they're out of ammunition. So sometimes you have to do something to trick the prop into thinking that it's out of ammo. You see the little follower here that pushes the BBs up? Sometimes you can either remove the follower, or, let me see, just grab these real quick at random. Yeah, here's an example. Sometimes I'll also put something, if it's a follower you can't remove, sometimes I'll put some foil or something in here to keep it from going all the way up, so the prop doesn't think that it's out of ammunition. If you can't do that, for some reason or other, or you don't want to modify the prop like it's rented, there's always a slide release on the side. If you just hold that down, you're probably good. And you have the gas blowback prop. Go ahead and decock it. I'm going to eject the magazine, decock, so that it's not actually continuing to fire. So once again, eject the magazine. I'll often shake this up a little bit. I like to let gravity assist a little bit, so I'll try and line it up with that little valve and go down. I don't know if you can hear it going out or not. Now, most of the ones that use green gas, you can also use an adapter and just use propane, which is a little bit cheaper. It's about the same pressure though, so another option. Either one is potentially flammable, so be aware of that. Either one's a little stinky, beware of that. But that gives you propulsion for that slide motion that you need. Again, as for props use, none of these should ever be actually loaded with BBs. I'm going to make sure that they are not. And ideally, you can just, you can decommission these so that they can't. If you remove the follower, that's a great way to do it without damaging the resale value of the prop or anything like that. But on some of them, again, you can't remove the followers, then you just have to jam it with something like that. And always check your props, right? That's a gun wrangler's job. This is true of the GPBRs also, the rifles and carbines, not just the pistols. So generally, there's exceptions to every rule, but generally the magazine is what holds the gas. And you can see the little valve there. Now there are some props, I don't know if I have any handy right now, there's some where there's a little magazine base plate that covers that valve, which is great for props use, because then if you see the bottom of the prop, you can't tell instantly that it's a gas blowback. Sometimes you just have to slide that out. The tricky part is just not losing it. I've got, I think it's up here. Got one, yes, this would be an example of the KJA Works gas blowback Glock where a client lost the magazine base plate. So, unfortunately, I haven't been able to find new ones of those. You got to buy a new magazine. That's one thing about gas blowback. The magazines are more expensive. But with a rifle, same idea. Loads up through the bottom of the base plate. Some of this is temperature sensitive, and again, we're dealing with pressures of pressurized gas. So in cold temperatures, it can act a little bit differently than it does in warm temperatures, things like that. Goes in here. And of course, this being a rifle, instead of racking a slide, you're going to chamber it that way. Same idea, right? So, that would be a quick rundown on how to load a gas blowback airsoft prop.